Hello, fellow degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. In case you get lost when watching The Orb, you can always look down, and now it says The Orb. Tonight we have an Atlantic match. I'm playing Noah. This is a New England Old School Monthly for the month of March. He is on robots. Let's take a look at his deck. And before we hop over there, I'm going to remind you to hit the like button, leave us a comment, and as always, thanks for watching. And here's a look at Noah's deck. By definition, this is absolutely a robot deck. 4 Suchis, 2 Triskelions. Does run one of those badass copy artifacts. And what robot deck worth its salt isn't running Abyss? After that, I think Noah's balls deep on control here. I mean, he is 5 counter spells in, 4 traditional counter spells with 1 mana drain. A recall to pull back whatever he needs to win out the game. The good cards that I'm not even going to bother going through that most old school decks have. But then he has the white package, the Disenchants and the Swords of Plowshares, and then the red, 3 lightning bolts for small creature removal, and of course that last fireball to win out the game. So this deck looks very angry, very efficient. It is control bots at its best, I believe. His board runs 3 Dibs, 2 Glooms, 2 red elemental blasts, 3 blue elemental blasts, a book for those long games, an Earthquake, Control Magic Divine Offering, and 1 Terror. So I also like in this deck Maze of Ith. He is running 1 copy. Maze is such a good card. Let's take a look at my deck for the month. And here's a look at my deck for the month. I'm running an Atog burn deck. Atog to gobble down all the artifacts. I want to deal damage quickly with Black Vice. Ankamishras. I have almost a full burn package with 4 lightning bolts, 4 chain lightnings, 3 sonic blasts. The only creatures I'm running are the Atogs that I already mentioned and 3 Sedge Trolls. This is Noobcon practice, so I have 1 Mishra's Factory down. I have the good cards also sitting there off to the right on the end cap there, the Mind Twist, Demonic Tutor, what everyone runs. But I am running 1 main deck, City in a Bottle. I want to take care of the heavy Arabian Night decks. So let's fast forward and take a look at these games. And here we go to game number 1. Again, in case you got lost, it does say The Orb below us. Just kidding. I'm leading with a Plateau and a Black Vice. Black Vice getting in 3 damage for 1 colorless mana. Very efficient when you get it in your opening hand, especially when you're on the play. Look at my opponent go, though. He plays a City of Brass and 2 Moxen. So he's already back down to 5 cards in hand. Wow, I get a second Black Vice out. I also have 5 in hand, so second Black Vice is only going to deal 1. First Black Vice deals another 1. Okay. Opponent disenchants 1. That puts him on 4. Looks like he's not going to take any more damage from that one. Plays another city. And passes. He has 4 mana sources very quickly. Oh, look at this. I miss a second land drop. No Moxen to back it up. I think I'm running 26 or 27 mana sources. Ah, shit! Don't blink. Mind Twist for 3. This is brutal. Not the way you want to start a game. Wow. He pays 2 life with the City of Brass, which he could give a shit less about. He is eating half my hand. Oh, an Ankh-Meshra, Atog, Lightning Bolt. All gone to the bin. Probably never to be seen from again. That hurts. Mind Twist always hurts. And I cannot find a second land to save my life. I've gone through 10 cards in my deck out of 60. Just 1 mana source. This is painful. My opponent's also on a draw-go plan. Wow. He has a disenchant for my other Black Vice. He's tapping down those cities a lot, which is alright, but okay. Suchi's out. Threats on the board. My clock is now ticking. I draw another card. Chain Lightning, my opponent. He's down to 10. So with 1 mana and about 20 cards, I've managed to deal my opponent 10 damage. I think the last 10 damage are going to be my problem to deal with him. Suchi's in for 4. I'm down to 16. And even though I'm way ahead in life, I am way behind in this game. Okay, Badlands down. Second mana source out. Tapping 2. City in a bottle. Look at this. 2 for 1 right back out ya. Uh-oh. Tapping both cities. And Noah says, get that shit out of here. Counter spell. City in a bottle has been nullified. Noah drops a factory. That City in a bottle would have been huge. I mean, wouldn't have done everything for me. He still has a Suchi out there, but it would have set him back a lot. So Suchi's running across the board, just beating the living shit out of me. I think he has a baseball bat. I'm tapping 2 for a balance. Okay, this is something. Wish I could have played that right after the Mind Twist. But this is great. My opponent has 3 lands down and 1 creature. We both have the same amount of cards. He's going to lose a land and a creature unless he just doesn't. Yeah, he wants life back. Look at this. He's swordsing. I mean, he's going to lose a creature and a card anyways, so he swords to plowshares. His own Suchi. This is a Swedish rule set, as it is Noobcon practice. Oh, and he forces me to discard a card. So I have to discard Psyblast because he plays the swords. And look at me go. I Ancestral Recall right afterwards to get some card advantage back my way. Drop down a good-looking Emerald. My opponent draws and fires out an island. And he's still on the attack plan. So Factory comes in for 2. I'm at 9. That Mind Twist ate out that Lightning Bolt I had in hand that could have answered that Factory. My opponent's at 12, so we're still pretty close here. Looks like I keep hitting land. I pick out a Loa, not what I really need at this second, and I fire down an Atog. So I do need the Atog. My opponent's showing off his Moxen collection and throwing down an Abyss. This is terrible news for me. But exactly what a control deck wants to do, especially when you're robots. So he still has a factory down. That's going to be a bad problem for me. I have 3 cards in hand. And look at this, he's finally up to 6 mana. Triskelion. More terrible news coming my way. So I don't want him to attack, because not only can he attack for 4, he can shoot his counters for another 3. And if he sneaks in with a factory, Factory's gonna win the game, but I'm shooting Chain Lightning at the Trike and an Earthquake for 1. So I think we have a little talk here. After the chain did 3 damage, and that resolved, he can only remove 1 counter, otherwise Trike kills itself. So he gets me for 1 there. I take another 1 for the Earthquake. I'm on 7. My opponent's on 10. He does still have a bad threat of that factory on the table, though, and he just wants to be cool to show off all his Moxen he has. Which, who doesn't? But City of Brass has done some real damage this game. Wow, he's tapping a lot. Look at this Brain Geyser for 3. It's an Ancestral, but it costs 5 mana. Still so good, it's restricted. And there's the last Mox in the collection. Okay, I'm sending a bolt straight to his face here. I'm taking 1. He's going to 6. I'm at 6. Wow. Can I finish it? I need some damage. I have 5 mana sources, and I pass. Huh. So I must have some backup direct damage to deal with his factory. Uh-oh. Look at this. Not a fireball. Fireball for 6. Wow, and that'll do it. Game number 1 to 2 control bots. Looks like I had a Sonic Blast left in hand. And maybe some other burn. Doesn't matter. Close game though. Off to game number 2. And here we go with game number 2. Control bots is up 1-0. I get to be on the play because I just took a beating. It was a close game though. I mean, I feel like it was. My opponent was probably just shaking his head going, this is what I want you to feel, as I own this game. Fast start for me though. Plateau, Emerald, creepy motherfucking Atog is down. I love a good Atog. Oh, look at this. Opponent, Island, Pearl, and fuck your Atog. Put that shit away. Blue Elemental Blast. Oh, fuck your Island. Strip Mine right back. Disenchant. Oh, wow. This game is going by quick. Lots of things in the graveyard. Opponent fires back with a Tundra. I know he's on robots, so I'm going to get ahead. I have 2 Moxen, 2 duels. Opponent's back, throws down an Underground Sea. Wow, now I want to show off my playset of Moxen. Almost there. Opponent's recovering with an Ancestral. Good cards everywhere. This game is flying by. I have no answer for the Ancestral. I'm sitting here with 2 cards in hand, no threats on the board. Oh, opponent has to throw away Lightning Bolt. The path of least resistance. Lightning Bolt straight to the bin. Oh, look at this. Ancestral of my own, and my opponent says, stop doing dumb things. Taps 2 blue, counterspell, get that shit on out of here. I have way more mana than him. He has a full grip of cards. I feel like he's taking control. Of the board. Even though, you know, I get 7 mana, but I don't need 7 mana. My deck doesn't need 7 mana. It wants to deal damage quickly. He taps 4 and throws down a Su-Chi. See if I can come up with an answer. Another land, City of Brass. So I went from no land game number 1 to look at all my pretty land. I mean, if you look at what I have going on here, I have 3 non-land cards showing. Disenchant, Ancestral, and Atog. Other than that, I have a Strip Mine in the bin. 3 Moxen. I mean, I guess the Moxen aren't land, but... Alright, I'll shut up and quit bitching. I just got punched in the face by Atog. I am down to 12. My opponent's got a maze down, so this is insult to injury. Oh, I'm showing him another Badlands. I've almost completed a set of Badlands. I have 3 Badlands on a plateau. 2 cities, 3 Moxen, Strip Mine in the bin. My opponent has a buff Su-Chi just fucking punching me straight in the face. Okay, Noah taps his island for a Soul Ring. Su-Chi comes across the board, dislocates my jaw. I'm down to 8. Noah's still on 20. Okay, tapping 1 for a Chain Lightning. Tapping another 1 for a Chain Lightning. See if we can kill off Su-Chi here. Mana Drain. This is bad news. Oh, cracking back with Red Elemental Blast. Get your fucking Mana Drain out of here. 3 cards for 2. Su-Chi is to the bin. My opponent's marked safe from Mana Burn. And even worse, he could give a shit less because he has another Su-Chi. And still another 4 cards. I'm out of cards. I've drawn my 28th land. Aloha. He rips into me for another 4. I'm down to 4. I desperately need... a Wheel of Fortune would be fucktacular right now. I was getting close to completing that Moxen set there. Looks like I'm missing just 1. The beatings were real. Noah's deck, very fast. Well, very control-ish. He had all the answers. But game number 2, it felt very fast. He just beat the shit out of me. As always, thanks for watching. Leave us a like and a comment. And have a good night.